We're going to do a deep dive into the craziest vintage Pokemon card collection I've ever gotten. Base set, unlimited. That's the first 9 hollows right there. That's a pretty clean Charizard. But first, we did 2 videos a while back. 1 on the worst graded return I've ever gotten, and 2 on a vintage collection that Alpal picked up online that I rated a B- on the purchase. We bought it for about 2,400 bucks. It was vintage, it was cool, condition was okay, cards were a little bit scratched, and I thought it was a solid purchase, but not like a home run. So we just sold both of those collections yesterday on our Whatnot, which is always linked in the description. $15 credit if you want to check a TCG show out. We're at least doing bi-weekly TCG shows now. We have another few scheduled down the line with some crazy stuff. But let's just say the slabs, they kind of went as expected. We got a lot of PSA 8 stuff like this, the Space Center PSA 8, like 10th anniversary. There's literally another PSA 8 right behind it with the Snorlax. So just disappointing grades, a lot of 6s, 7s, and 8s. Very few 10s like this one, but I remember like this one, we sold it. We started everything at $1. That one went way under what it typically goes for. Some went a little above what they go for, like in their respective grades, but ultimately that was like a loss. A break even or a loss compared to the grading cost, what I had into the cards, and what they sold for. But we're moving on from it, it's done. On the other hand, the vintage cards, which you can see like in here, we sold them in lots. This is maybe 12 cards from base set. And then we also sold over 125 vintage hollows, including 2 base set Charizards, the CD promo Charizard, a Blaine's Charizard, a Shadowless Blastoise, some crazy stuff. And we actually ended up getting around 6,500 bucks after everything. And I rated that by a B- from Alpal. So Alpal, I owe you a sincere and dear apology. I'd say that's an A+.
Thanks, Chase.
You probably already knew that. Did you know that? How did you feel when you bought it? Were you like, this is a home run, or?
I think for card collections, for me, there's just some risk with the condition. Pictures don't show everything.
Right.
For a collection like that, you know, you don't see pictures of every individual card.
Yeah.
And sometimes like little nicks and stuff don't show up on pictures. That was the worry for me. Plus, we've never sold cards like that on Whatnot. So I had no idea
there was
how
a
they would
huge
go.
wild card. Yeah. I was like, we could get like 50% of market on these. I truly don't know. We've never done it.
Yes.
And that would have been a break even or worse. But we did well. They did great. It was fun selling them. Nolan and I had a great time. So it's definitely something we want to try again. And
it's funny because I was buying them at the hope of grading potential.
Gotcha. Yeah, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. I would have maybe graded like 5 of them.
Yeah.
That assessment is a B-.
But they were like, you know, 5s, 6s at best in most cases, and some even worse. So it was nice because we were able to just show condition and let people be the judge, front and back and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it worked out. It was profitable, very profitable, more than any of us expected, that's for sure. Took a risk, it paid off. It doesn't always pay off like on my slabs, like we lost money or broke even. So you can't win them all. But we're going to go upstairs and check out this insane collection that I would have graded even higher than I graded Alpal's. So if my scale is, if his A+ was a B-,
This is a triple S.
this is like a S tier type of purchase. So let's go and check it out.
Chase, how have you felt running cards at auction? We changed the setup quite a bit here, which has been nice.
Yeah, so we've got a soundboard now. And that's been fun, especially for Nolan. He's the one messing with that, having fun with that. But yeah, running cards was interesting. Matt 3D printed us some dividers, so when they sell, we can just put them in there by 10, every 10, and make it easy to pull. So I'm hoping the shipping end is really good. But like, cards are something that I love more than just about anything. Pokemon cards, especially vintage. So selling them for me is just like, this is not work. This is like very fun. So finding out ways to do that more is important to me because I absolutely love it.
Well, and it seems like buyers want it. Yesterday, somebody bought 72 cards.
Yeah, and it was a new buyer.
Yeah.
We over half of the buyers were new buyers.
Wow.
On Whatnot. We've been on Whatnot for like, what, 3 years now? So 4 years. So that's crazy. Clearly, like, we hit a whole new market of people that have never seen us, probably most of them didn't even know who we were, which
Yeah.
that was exciting to me.
You're getting to tell people, they're like, why do you have so many followers if this is your first show?
Right, yeah.
It's like, oh, we sell
like,
video
well,
games.
we
There
don't
was
really sell
somebody
games,
that
yeah.
came into the stream and was like, you're that handheld guy.
Well, there you go. Yeah. I'll identify as the handheld guy. But okay, so this collection came in this binder right here, which is so old school. It's from a guy who I met locally. His name was Gary, and he's a local artist. He has some murals in our city, and just an awesome guy. Ended up being like as cool or even cooler than I could have ever dreamed. So hanging out with him, checking out his video games, his other things, and his Pokemon cards was awesome. But this collection, it was tough because it came to the point where he was just ready to sell, and he had a price in mind for like a small portion of it, and then when it came to buying the whole thing, he didn't really have a price in mind. So me and Jesse, who I was with, had to come up with kind of an offer on the fly. This is the primary part of the collection that I saw here. Downside, they're in a 3-ring binder, so I already removed them just because 3-ring binders can indent the cards on the inside especially. So that's a pretty big downside for condition, but overall the condition looks pretty good. And I'm gonna save these cards
I know, I already saw a little
for the
peek.
end. But there's some really nice promos. Like even one of these is still sealed. So that's the Meowth promo from the Game Boy trading card game, still in the sealed package,
That's cool.
which is amazing. The price that I paid for the collection, $2,200. I think it was just a little bit above basically what he would have been asking for everything after he thought about it. So I got some stuff thrown in, and we settled at $2,200. So all this is thrown in, plus these,
That's so cool.
the 4-display cardboard boxes for red and blue. Original like EB Games, Toys R Us. I don't know where these were displayed, but that is so hype for my collection. And those were like part of the deal, so that definitely helps. All these Mew promos, see, like something like this, it's like, yeah, they're good condition. You can see on the back, like the whiting is very, very minimal. These all look like near mint. Just, I don't know what level of indents or damage from being in the binder that I can't see. There's stuff like that.
So from binders, is it the inside card that's getting hurt,
think
or is
so,
it
yeah.
all of them from the bending of the pages?
I've heard that there can be damage like that, yeah, the bending and stuff that you just don't really see unless you look really close. So I kind of had to go in with like an understanding of these could be in great condition, truly, once removed and looked at close, or they could have a lot of damage that I just can't really see right now. But you can see, base set, unlimited. That's the first 9 hollows right there. The Machamp is actually still in the thing. I just realized that now. Still in the little package. I think it's a complete base set. Now he thought these were all partial sets. He didn't think any of them were complete. But looking at it, you have all 16 hollows here. So that's the most important part. We at least have a complete hollow set. Then as I scroll through, like I'm pretty sure every card is here. We want 102 out of 102. Keeping these in order here by how they were. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a complete base set. Which, okay, in my mind, I'm like, okay, base set, that goes for about $800 typically. So, value $800 with some upside potential of grading. Like, how does the Charizard look? Downside, it's where that 3-ring binder could have been indenting it.
You can tell it's
Should we
a
get
bit
it out and check it
warped
out?
as well. Not that
It's
that
got
does
a little curving,
ton,
which is okay. Like that actually doesn't affect.
but it makes you realize the condition overall.
Well, let's look at this one first. Oh, Venusaur, nice. Golly, that's pretty good, Sky Guy. I don't know.
Yeah. So let us know if you guys want to see a full video of us grading these guys and getting the returns.
Yeah, I'm not really
If
seeing
possible.
much scratching. Huh. That's pretty good. Yeah, that is the question, because one thing that was fun about the cards we sold yesterday was like I was going to grade some of them, but I just committed to selling all of them without grading, and
It actually looks...
it looks pretty good. Now,
Decent.
this
There's
does
some-
have like a damage on that top
Yeah.
corner, I think. That's a pretty clean Charizard. Not gonna lie. I was assuming there would be a ton of scratches on the hollow and stuff, but there's really only minor scratches, which is very nice. I'll get sleeves for those in a
Yeah.
second, but that's a good look at those first two, that's for sure. Okay, base set 2. So this is more uncommon than base set unlimited, but worth less. There's no Charizard. There's just a few random cards from base set 2. And honestly, like this Chansey looks super scratched up. Yeah, super scratched up.
Oh yeah, you can
So-
you can see it.
Yeah, is that coming through? Okay.
Yeah.
And the Raichu looks pretty darn scratched up too. So I guess I was assuming they would all kind of be that. It was really dark in the basement that I bought them, so I just could not see
And it's
super
safe
well.
to assume that if they're not sleeved, even just thrown into, these.
Well, and it's the question of were they played with, were they index, were they used before being put in the binder, or were they put straight in the binder from packs?
Like if you pull a Charizard, you're showing that to a couple people before you do anything.
Yeah, exactly. See, this is obviously big right here. The fossil cards with the Dragonite and the Gengar are the two biggest cards from the set. And honestly, those hollows look a little bit scratched. Maybe that's just the sleeve. I don't know. These are the most important cards from this set. Let's see how Gengar's pretty scratched up. It's like, in my opinion,
Yeah, you can tell. on
that's
this
maybe
side.
a PSA 6
Pause, maybe 7.
or even a 7. I hate that. And Dragonite kind of looks the same. Honestly, the Charizard and the Venusaur look way better than those, scratching wise. So that's good because those are some of the biggest cards in the whole lot. And then yeah, you got the rest of them, and they're all kind of lightly played to near mint as far as what I can tell. That's a complete fossil set, 62 out of 62. I think that set's worth about $500 typically.
Okay.
So without considering any grading upside or anything like that, $500. So our value's at $1,300 roughly. This is how I'm working in real time as I'm going through it too. Jolteon from Jungle, I think this is a complete Jungle set. And then the other big ones, Snorlax, the other evolutions are in there. I don't think there's any no symbol errors or anything like that. No first editions, but it's a complete Jungle set. And in my head, that's also worth about $500, right? So value's at roughly $1,800, and that's before fees are taken out and all that. That's like top line. So this was the big part. This is what the part that Gary was very excited about and had his asking price on. I think he said $1,000 or something just for the Team Rocket cards, first edition. So you got some first editions here.
Ooh.
Then you got a Dark Blastoise first edition,
Man.
hollow. That's the non-hollow Dark Alakazam, the hollow Rocket Sneak Attack. So apparently he got his Rockets cards in first edition. And you're probably wondering, how did he get to $1,000 in the asking price here with only one hollow or a couple hollows? Well, that's because the big chase cards are over here.
Yeah.
See, I couldn't leave these in the binder because it was too scary for me. But we'll show the first secret rare ever, the Dark Raichu.
Ooh, with the swirl.
With the glorious swirl right there, yes. That one pops real nice. Now, I'll say, like, I already looked at these. The hollows have some scratches. Like, these are not PSA 9s or 10s. I think 8 might be best case scenario. That's my opinion. There's the Dark Dragonite, though. First edition.
That one you can definitely tell has some scratches.
Yeah, you can see a pretty big one right there on the right side. There's the non-hollow Dark Charizard. So that probably doesn't have scratches. You know, usually it's just the hollows that are getting those scratches. And that's what made it. The first edition Dark Charizard.
Ooh, a couple big scratches right across the front that you can see.
So, honestly, like, that was a pretty big disappointment to me for this buy. Like, the most important cards all kind of have scratches. They don't have a chance at getting even a PSA 9, which would be a huge win. But even still, they're really nice condition. There's like no big chipping on the back. That's the Dark Raichu. It looks really good. It's just got a little bit of scratching on the hollow.
It's like maybe if you get a good grader, PSA 8 kind of deal.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody on a good day. So if you're kind of doing the math with me here, like, I think 1,000 would be like a fairly conservative value for that portion. So that would put our total value up to 2,800. And I didn't count the promos. You might be able to count those for another $200. So 3,000 in value. And after fees, that's going to be what, 2,600-ish, 2,700. Let's call it 2,700. But then there were these. As he was like, okay, you can have all these as well, and he just didn't really care. This is all first edition Team Rocket. He didn't have them in sleeves. I just sleeved all these up. So like none of these are going to be PSA 10 or anything because there's a little bit of chipping and wear, but like there could be some 9s, honestly. They're really clean. They're near mint. These were pulled out of one of the binders. There's some Japanese hollows.
This is quite a mix.
Yeah, there's the Snorlax, giant scratch across it. The first edition pre-release Aerodactyl, and then another 100 first editions from Team Rocket. See, that adds up quite a bit. And I noticed on Whatnot yesterday, like, people do want this stuff. The commons, the uncommons. I traditionally haven't valued that at much in my head because I've never been able to sell them. But I've never done a show on the TCG category, and I did yesterday. I'm like, huh, maybe there is some. So I valued
Really?
those. I was like, those will be a nice throw-in, little icing on the cake. It'll make it all worth it. And then there's these couple binders. Even the binders have a little bit of value. There's a couple more hollows in here, so that helps. I think 4 hollows is all between the two. Then it's a bunch of just regular fossil cards, and then like some base set commons, uncommons. Safe to say maybe another few hundred in value. I don't know. I don't know what to value all that at. But there was this stuff too, which this is interesting. You guys will have to let me know what I should do. These are Burger King cards. That's a Charizard, the 23 karat gold or whatever. That's still sealed up in there.
That's like $100 million.
That's $100 million right there. But the question is, should I?
Oh, there are 2
Should I
Charizards.
open it? Or should I keep it sealed? Should I grade it? That's really the main question. If you look at, you can grade these now, and I'm wondering, like, if you open up sealed ones, can we get some 9s? Is a 10 even possible? It seems like PSA 8 is your perfect condition graded one based on what the comps are doing. But it's 2 Charizards, but then like 1 Charizard and then a complete set of them. And I think they're all sealed, which I didn't even open them when I was there. So finding out that they're sealed is definitely nice.
Yeah.
He had more of these. He wanted to keep at least one of all of them. So
Yeah, I want to record us opening those if we decide to do that. Cause
yeah, we'll definitely.
what's the full unbox experience of something like that? Have they been rattling around in there?
I think they're going to be on a little stand in there, if I remember right, when I got these as a kid. But yeah, we'll have to see what that's like, because I don't know. This is a Time magazine that was included. I have no idea if that's worth anything at all, but I thought it was cool. It should be worth something, I think, because it's vintage. It still has the poster in there. I don't know if there's a card in there or something. That would be epic. But they just re-released a newer version of this. This is $19.99. So
Wow.
that had me intrigued, and basically just got these folders thrown in because these are like I can give to my kids or something. But those are the OG ones, man. The school folders, OG. And then there were some Pokemon marbles in here. And I didn't even look in here, but Sandshrew, you know, Kakuna. I don't know if there's any good ones. Execute. And I'm just like, yeah, those might be worth a little bit. So, factored in all that. Ooh, there's a Hitmonchan, like the kind of solid. Ooh, Caterpie. Got to keep that one.
We put them in this guy.
Yeah. That was cool. Like, this is crazy. There's just a Team Rocket partial booster box.
I did not realize.
Missing the lid. So yeah, here's some of the other marbles. We'll just let it rip. I don't know if there's any good.
Oh, no.
Oh shoot, that's the Charizard. There you go, Charizard. Well, that's gonna help, and that's the rare. It's got the star on it. Plus, there's some in here, Sky Guy. So
Really?
I think there's more marbles buried in here. I don't even know how this thing
Do
works,
you like
but
deploy them? There's a little Charizard thing in there.
But yeah, there's more. There's weight to it, so there's got to be something in there. So yeah, all that was $2,200, and I think with factoring in all the extras, that's where I'm like, okay, this was a great buy. It's got some potential upside. I think we might be grading some of the cards from this, so stay tuned for a future video where we grade some. Stay tuned for us deciding. I think we're gonna do it, Sky Guy.
Yeah.
We got to open these things, and we can send them off, grade them. I always wanted to try that. So we'll do that. We're going to be making more Pokemon card content, a ton of stuff. We didn't even mention all the sealed stuff that was on the table. That's going to be either in a future video or just came out. I don't know. We've been going crazy. We are looking to buy Pokemon card collections. We are looking to buy sealed, vintage, everything, graded. It doesn't matter. Reach out to us. All of the information to get a hold of us is down below. We'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace.